Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will implement Vue Firebase CRUD. So CRUD is basically in CRUD we can create, we can update, we can delete the records from the DB. And in this application, we will use Firebase, Firestore. So Firestore is a service provided by Google, and the benefit of using Firestore is we don't have to care about APIs. We don't have to create our custom APIs. So we just need to set up in Firebase in our project. So in this video we will see how we can add Firebase inside our Vue project and how we can manipulate data using Firebase, different Firebase methods, and how we can utilize Vue.js for this. So I have opened this Vue.js in this directory. So I will create the new Vue.js project. So I will write pm initialize Vue at the latest, and here I need to write the name of the project. So Vue Firebase CRUD, and I don't need the TypeScript for this project. Don't need this. I don't need Vue router either. No need Pinia, and yep. Okay, so coming back to uh, our project directory, and here I will install all the packages from this package.json. Okay, so our blank Vue.js project has been created. So I will write npm run dev, and let me open this project here. Okay, so this is a blank Vue.js project that we have created. So now coming back to Firebase. By the way, I have signed up for firebase.google.com, so you also need to sign up for this. But before that, we need to install one library in our Vue.js project, and that is the only library we will use in this project. So we'll simply write npm install Firebase, and meanwhile this library is installing. Coming back here, and I will click on this add project, and I will name it Vue Firebase CRUD. I will continue. I don't need Google Analytics in this project, so I will simply click on create project. And meanwhile our dependency Firebase has been installed. So there is a lot of extra stuff in this project, so let me first install all of these, and select this and delete this, and uh, wait a minute. Okay, so coming back to our components, we have these components, and I have got some console errors. So in the welcome.view, I don't need either of this, so, and I don't need any of these. Yep, let's save this, and coming back here, and okay, so I need to remove it as well, so I will delete this as well, and the welcome and welcome item, so I will delete this as well. So let me save this, and coming back here and reload this, and I got these errors in app.view. So let me remove this as well, and I don't need in fact this as well. Save this, and we have this blank Vue project. So coming back to our Firebase project. Okay, so after creating this Firebase project, I will click on this web icon, and it's coming us to this window, and here we need to create our app, and we need to name our app. I will name it the same view Firebase CRUD, and I will click on the register. Okay, and it's give us this guides for setting up Firebase in our project. So the first step we have already done this, and we have installed Firebase. So our Firebase has been installed in our project Firebase 9. And second thing, we need to copy these credentials and set it up. So let me copy all of this and click on continue. Okay, so inside source I will create the new file firebase.js, and here let me paste all of these. And okay, so these are the things that I will paste here, but I will not write all of this stuff here, as this is the this is the critical data, and after uploading my project to GitHub, everyone can use it, right? So I will create the new environment file in the root of my app.env, and I will create the new environment variable void, and I will simply name it uh, Firebase API key equal to, and let me copy this. Make sure if you're using white project, so your environment variable prefix should be white. Okay, so let me copy and paste it. Let's save it, and here instead of writing this, I'll write import dot meta dot this variable name. So okay, so make sure you do this for all of these other variables. I will skip it because to save some time. So yeah, after doing this, we need to import one more thing from the our Firebase library, that will be get. Okay, let me first write its path of Firebase slash Firestore, and we need to write get Firestore, and here I'll simply write export const db equal to get Firestore, and I will pass the app instance here. Okay, so now our Firebase configuration has been set. So here, after setting this up, I will come to this cloud Firestore. We need to create our Firebase Firestore DB. Okay, so coming back here, I will click on this create database. It is loading, and here we have two options: to use it on production mode, to use it on test mode. For this project I will use it on test mode, and here we have some rules, some read and write rules. Make sure your rules should be correct. Your, your rules should be allowed read and write. My rules include that I can only read and write on this TP till 6th of June 2023. So I will delete this project anyway after this video, so I am okay with it. So I will intro next, and here we need to select our fire server location. So I will choose it default United States server. So enter enable. It is setting it up our Firebase DB. Okay, so our DB has been created, and in Firebase we have collections. Like in collection is same as like in SQL databases we have tables, and no SQL databases we have collections. So I will click create a new collection, and here we need to pass the ID of the collection, so it should be unique in our DB. So for this video, let's name it tasks. So hit enter, next, and here for the DB, in each collection we can have multiple documents. Now, what is document? You can refer the document as the record, right? In SQL databases, we have records in our tables. So this document is just a single record. Okay, so here this we need to enter this ID. Now this ID is unique for each document. We can use this ID to update our document, to delete our document, to identify our document. Okay, so I will click on this auto ID, so it auto generated ID. Now this ID will be unique for each of our doc. Here I we need to name the field, so I will just simply name it name, and here we need to set it value, so I will enter task 1, and for the new field I will just enter description. It will be string as well, and task 1 description. I will click on save, and our, as you can see, our document has been created. Okay, so now after coming back to our the welcome dot view, here I will simply write welcome. So check that we are on correct page. Okay, so welcome. Now I think we need to also remove this paste CSS. Let's remove this main.css. Let's remove this. By the way, in this video I will not focus on styling. I will mainly focus on our Firebase and view. So okay, so now we first need to import our DB instance. Import DB from where our DB has been located. It's located in source slash firebase.js. Let's save it. Okay, so let's get it firebase.js. Okay, so where is our, okay, so we are in the wrong directory. Let's move source, double dot, and yeah, our firebase have been imported, and we need to import few more things from Firestore. The first one will be get docs to get all the tasks. Second one will be collection, and I will import both the things from Firebase slash Firestore. Okay, and we will also import ref on mounted from view. Okay, and on we will call on mounted right away, and we will fetch all these records from this task collection right away, as soon as our component is mounted. Okay, so how we will do this? Firstly, this will be an async function, and here I will name it as that tasks collection is equal to await. I will call this get docs, and here I will pass it collection, and here we will pass it our DB, and second parameter will be our collection name, which is tasks. Okay, and after calling this task, I will traverse to in this task, and let's see what it returns to us. Console.log, simply write task. Okay, so coming back here, let's open this window, and coming back here, as you can see, it's returning us this stuff. So how we can check our data from this? So instead of consoling simple task, call task.data, and this time, as you can see, it returns us the task that we have just created, the name and the description. Okay, but how we can get the ID of the task? How? So while updating or while deleting, we need that ID, right? So how we will get this? Simply write task.id, and yeah, this is the ID of the task. So now here I will create task ref array, and by default it will be simple array, and here tasks dot value dot push, and I will push the single object here, and first value will be task dot data, and the second will be task dot id, and its key will be id. Okay, so yeah, I think we are good with it, and here in our template part, I will just write the loop before task and tasks. Here key will be task.id, and the first one will be the name of the task. So we call it task.name, and the second one will be task.description. Okay, let's see what it's return us. So it's simply return us task, and it's simply displaying name and description of the task. Okay, so our first attempt seems successful, and now what I'm going to do is I will create the new component to add or to update the task. Okay, so here I will create the new component, add or update dot view, and here I put, oops, sorry, my bad, script setup, and here template div, and here we need to import few things. First one will be find component from view, and okay, so second one will be we need to name our project. So but before this, we will not focus on mainly on the we will not mainly focus on the styling part. So yeah, now after that, call it define component, and its name will be add or update. Okay, so after coming back here, I will be transition, its name will be model, and here call it class equal to model wrapper, and inside model wrapper we will have the model container. Okay, so this is the basic layout of our component, and let me quickly write the css of our component. So coming to our style part, and here uh, okay, so here I think I missed one thing, that will be model overlay. Okay, so let me quickly add this class equal to model overlay. Okay, and now let's me quickly add the css for our component. So here, right, model overlay, its position will be absolute, top will be 0, left will be 0 as well, and its width will be 100 viewport width, height will be 100 viewport height, and background will be GPA 000.3, and finally its transition property, its opacity 0.3 is, and after it uh, there will be model wrapper css, and its display property will be flex, just justify content will be center, align items will be center as well, and its height will be 100%. Okay, and after that you'll have model container, that will have the main stuff. Its background will be white, and its width will be 300% px. And after that we will have two inputs. First one will be input for name, and second one will be text area for description. 90%. Its margin will be auto, and its margin bottom will be 20 px, and our flow will be hidden. Okay, okay, so now let's save this. Let's write model, and coming back to our component, let's import our component. So here, import, add or update view, and let's just simply call that component here, add or update. Okay, let's save this, and we got one error. Let's see what error we are facing. Oops, this is totally wrong. It should be important from dot slash, and coming back here. So yeah, this is the our component. Again, I will not focus on the styling of our components. So okay, so now we will use this single component to update, or to as you know, to create the record. Okay, so this component will create two props, will accept two props. Define props, and it will accept two props. The first one will be data, that we will send in case of uh, update, and its uh, type will be object, and second will be is new, and its type will be boolean. Okay, and it will also emit one event, that will be close emits equal to def define emits will accept array, and now will only accept one uh, event, and uh, here at the rate of close, And so we will only show this component in two cases. So let's create the new variable show ref, and by default it will be false. Okay, and here we will show this component only in case of show, and here in case of close we will create the new method toggle component. And let's create this new method function toggle component, and this toggle component accepts two values, two parameters. So first one will be data. By default it will be an empty object, and second one will be is new, and by default it will be true. And here uh, what we simply do is we will uh, call show dot value is equal to not show dot value. By default we just simply toggles our component. Okay, and coming back to here, and here we will add the new button add new, and on add new the red click is equal to, and we will just simply call this method toggle component. Okay, and now let's see if I hit enter, this just simply have this. Okay, so coming to our component, now this component will have two properties. The first one will be input, its type will be text, and place folder will be enter name, and its model it's bind to task dot name that we will create in a minute. And secondly we will have text area, its place folder will be their description, and it will be bind to task dot description, and obviously we will create this. So here I'll simply create the new object tasks equal to ref, and it will be an object, and it will have two properties, name and description. And I think we need to import ref here, and in the bottom we will have two buttons. First one will be a close button, and on clicking this we will emit the event emits close, and on the second button we will uh, simply at the rate click is equal to we will create the new method add or update, and in this method we will pass it the two things. But let's simply for now simply call this method, and our this text will depend on this our this props. So if this is a new, if is this a new, then we will simply write add, otherwise we will write update. Okay, so let's save this, and on close it should hide. And by the way, I know that's not a nice stuff, but we will not focus on this styling. Okay, so now we need to uh, we need to write this add or update method. So let's write this to add or update the records in our DB. And now, so if props dot is new, if our if this should create a record, then we will do this, else we will do this. Okay, so in case of new, we need to first import our DB again. So coming back here, let's quickly import this. Let's import this, and after that we need to import few more things from Firebase. So copy this as well, and let's paste this. And here we don't need get docs here. We need few things. First one will be add doc, to add a doc. Second thing will be doc to get the single doc, and finally to update doc to update the docs. Okay, and here, if in case of the new record, what we simply do is uh, this should be an async function, right? Because this will be a asynchronous function, and here we will call our DB. So we will call this add doc method. Here we need to tell the collection. So I will call this collection method. I will pass the DB instance and the name of our collection, and in this case it is task dot value. And finally I will pass the data. So what the data will be, it will be task dot value, and it will return us a promise. So it will return us a promise, and on successfully creating the records, I will call this emit. So our model should be closed. Okay, so now let's reload and try to create the new record. So uh, let's name it task 2, and let's scroll it down, and let's just simply write it task 2 description. Okay, so this should be not update, uh, this should be new, this should be add. So why it is like this? So coming back here, is new is equal to true. Okay, and here let's simply write this, and I don't know why it is coming like this. This should not be updated, because okay, are we okay, we are not passing this data to our components. So now what I'm going to do is I will write const uh, data fact. Let's simply write data. Yep. And by default it will be an empty object, and we'll write is new, and by default it will be true. Okay, and here we need to pass both these things to our components. So data will be data, and either is new equal to is new. Okay, and here while toggling it, we need to manipulate both these things. So let's simply write doc data and is new doc, and data dot value. Why I'm doing this? Because in case of update, we will uh, replace the data with the passing data. You will understand this concept in few seconds. So let's focus on add for now. So I'll simply write dot data, and this new dot value is equal to this new doc here, and I think we are good for now. Let's save this. Let's try to add new. Okay, this time it is giving add. So now let's just try to create the new record and task to description. Let's try to add. Okay, so now let's reload it. So as you can see, our record has been successfully created, right? So now we need to update our task as well. For update task, we will use the same component. Okay, we will use the same component, but we will pass this data as well. So here, on clicking on this whole div, this whole single div, I will call this component again. So at the rate click is equal to, and I will click on Google component, but this time I will pass the data to it. I will pass task, and here this is not new, so I will pass this false here, okay, to this component, and this both these values will be replaced because we need to identify either we are creating a new record or we are updating the record, okay. And here let me quickly put on mounted, and here on mounted, as our component is mounted, we need to update this task dot value with the comment data. So task dot value is equal to task dot value and with the comment data props dot data, okay. So let's save this, and now uh, when I click on this single record, our model has been opened, and as you can see, it is fetching the data as well, okay. If I click on this, as you can see, it is fetching the data as well, and this time it is writing update here. So let's test this as well, and as you can see, no data, and this time it is coming close. So now we need to update as well. So for update, this is a simple little difficult. So again it will be an exponential call, and this time we will call update dot method, okay. And update task, and this time we will not pass the collection. In fact, we need to tell which doc we want to update, okay. So I will call this doc, and after calling this, we need to pass db, we need to tell our collection name, and here we need to tell the id. Now how we will get this id? We will get this id from this data, okay, because here in this component, and in this component we will pass this whole task, and this task has a unique id for each task. So here I will pass props dot data dot id, and after it we need to pass the the new uh, values. So again, and after that I will write this, it will return us a response, and again after that I will simply close it, okay. And coming back here, let's try to update our second task, and task 2 updated, and description will also be updated, and let's test it. Try to call update method, and let's reload it, and as you can see, our this time our values has been updated, and I wrongly click it, so let's close it, and our data has been updated, okay. So now the last thing left is the deletion of the record. So how we will implement delete? So delete is also simple. So coming back to our main component, and here we will write button delete. Okay, oops, at the rate click equal to delete record, and I will simply write delete. And here I need to pass for the delete. We need to tell which record we are going to delete. So I will pass task.id, and let's copy it, and let's create a new function, uh, delete record, and this will be an asynchronous function. And here we will get this id, and here again, coming back here, we will set, we will this time we will call the set dog. Okay, and here, in fact, let's come to Firebase document delete document, uh, open this. Okay, it is for telling us this delete doc, and to delete the doc, okay, we need to tell these things, and here we need to tell the id. Okay, so let's import delete doc from Firebase, and here we need to delete doc. First, we need to tell the it is not passing any collection. Okay, so we need db as well. Oh, sorry, it should be doc. And to delete doc function, we need to pass this doc, and this doc will accept some params. First one will be db, second one will be our collection name, and third one will be this id. Okay, and let's try this. I think we are good for now. Yep, I think we are good for now, and let's reload it, and let's try to delete our second doc. Let's enter delete. Okay, we are making one mistake. Let's reload it, and as you can see, our doc has been deleted, but our model is also opening because we are clicking this as well. So we just need to add click.stop here. So when we are clicking this delete, our model should not open. This is okay, but when we are going to delete the record, our model should not open. So let's try to delete this. Let's delete this, and now let's reload this, and as you can see, our doc has been deleted. So this was our CRUD application in Vue and Firebase. So I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.